Good evening, Nathan Hallam, burn boss for the Front Country Prescribed Fire. I'm standing here today in front of the map at the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center. I'd like to give you an update on our operations that we've had over the last couple days. So last night, we had resources working throughout the area that we burned in yesterday's operations, just patrolling and mopping up and making sure everything was secure through the night. No holding concerns throughout the night. Everything was pretty quiet, so it looked really good. We transitioned those night resources to day resources at 6:30 this morning, so those folks could go and get some sleep. And then we continue to do the monitor patrol throughout the morning shift. The remainder of resources that came up and helped us out today met at 10 o'clock at the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center parking lot. And we got our briefing all started and got our firing and holding operations all engaged based off of the weather forecast. With that weather forecast, we had a predicted southwest wind for the day. So we were starting just immediately adjacent to where we burned yesterday, just west of it. That way we have that black for a holding feature. We got up here, we did our test fire, and we noticed that we had an easterly component to the wind. So from there, we contacted the National Weather Service just to see if there was anything that maybe had changed. And there had been from the weather forecast they had given us. They actually let us know that we had an east-southeast wind predominantly throughout the day. With that, we had to make some adjustments. And luckily, we had some mow lines and control lines in place already. So we moved the firing operation over to the western edge, so that way we had that control feature in place and didn't send fire across the landscape. And we're able to burn this lower section in here within the burn unit. From there, we completed that about 2 p.m. this afternoon. We called the National Weather Service again at 2 to make sure everything was good with our forecast and everything was favorable. We had really good ventilation with our smoke and making sure that we had all of our resources ready to go. We decided everything was a go, so we continued with this northern area where we had some mow lines in place as well. And we started that about 3 p.m. today. And we were able to complete the ignitions within that by 4:30 this afternoon. There was some areas of smoke that was produced along Highway 36 while we were burning in there that impacted the highway. We did unfortunately have to shut down Highway 36 for a brief period. That way traffic didn't get smoked out through there. But everything's starting to, lessen in smoke production in that area. So Highway 36 should be open here pretty soon. With that, we were able to complete a total of 53 acres today. So that was a really good accomplishment. We had really good consumption of our fuels. Everything was within our prescription. So it was really good fire effects. Feeling really confident with what we completed. And we could not have completed all that without our partners. So we had Estes Valley Fire Department up here helping us out, Left Hand Fire Department. We had Boulder City and Larimer County and the U.S. Forest Service with the Arapahoe Roosevelt National Forest. And we could not have completed all this operation over the last 2 days without them. So I thank them so much for their support. With that, tomorrow we don't have any other planned ignitions. We have the incoming snowstorm. So it's mostly a monitor, patrol, and mop up day, and then hopefully we'll get that moisture coming in, which will just simmer all of the heavies and duff that are continuing to smoke out there. If we don't get the snow, we'll continue to patrol and monitor until no heat is visible. With that, concludes our evening briefing. Have a good night.